Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020 Career Mode, episode number 14. We're into the final days of June, and this is a bad sign. We are loaded with red. Oh my goodness, are we loaded? That's not a good way to start this one off, especially when we have a fitness peak in this group. Yeah. There's a fitness peak. Certainly doesn't look like it. It's for Mark, who ended up with a -2, but is, yes, on a freaking fitness peak. This is the U.S. Road Championships, and this is not my preferred course. This one is a little tougher. I want Athel to break away if we can, but I don't think that's going to end up happening. Let's see. It's going to be Owayan. You're going to protect for Mark. I need you guys all at about a 76. And Athel, I want you breaking away when the time is right here. We're going to have to go a little closer to the top. There's too many riders going away right now. Key to being in a breakaway for... What the heck? Telford, you've already been dropped? Guys, come on. A 76 and you're getting dropped? Yay. Yikes. Okay, Telford, over the top. Catch up, please. Come on. Close that gap, and then I can bring the whole team up together. There we go. All right. Now, we're going to relay at 884. Pull it back, guys. Jeez, the first climb! First climb, and we already got dropped. Alright, here's sit rep. It's been a month plus from where we left off at the last episode, or about a month anyway. We've gained a little bit in the sponsor satisfaction. Okay, 65 to 85 is the range for success. We were maybe 4 percentage points, 3 to 5 percentage points up. So we were somewhere between a 68 and a 70. We now sit probably dead at a 75. So we're halfway between success and the super success. So we're actually in, oh gosh, we're already back to the climb and we have not recovered. We're still a minute behind the second group on the road, and there is no breakaway as far as I can tell right now. So the pace has just been too hot. That's the second time through. We've closed the gap on one rider, but the group ahead of us, we've only gained about 10 seconds on them, and I'm getting zero support from the other riders in this group. They're outside of Barry and Quinn. It's a very weak group. We've almost made contact with the Peleton. Oh, we pick up one rider who gets trailed off the back, and we're fading. Too hard. We almost gained contact, but not quite. Whoa. You two. You three, sit up. But there's one at the back. That is Athel. Athel, you need to move forward a little more. Take position at the front. All right, excellent. Recovery beginning. Telford, come on, dude. You can do it. Yeah. All right, we have made contact. We're back in this thing. That's 3 climbs out of the way, and pace has eased off a little bit as there was no breakaway at the moment. I'd really like to be in the breakaway today, but at this point, survival needs to come, first. Alright, so we're up to about 75%. We're only 10% away from super success, which would be the ultimate target. We've got 1 month to get there. Realistically, I have that one sponsor objective, and I could gain a few percentage points there, but I need the majority of it to happen right here in the National Championships, which is where we're at. This is the U.S. National Championships. The time trials. None of my riders are good time trialists. That's why I didn't show any of those. However, we made a little bit of progress in there. We picked up about 3 percentage points over the month in some decent results. Zeta had a second place on a classic. Zeta had a third place on a like a 3-stage race where there was 2 sprint stages, and then the third one was punchy finish, and he took third, finished third. All right, that is climb number 4. Now, Telford, you're going to move up. You know what? Actually, no. Telford, grab water. And then once you've delivered that water, then we'll just keep you in position. Aha, being smart here. In the time trials, I had 2 riders finish in the top 25. We picked up a couple percentage points for that. Zeta took like 23rd. And one of my domestiques took 23rd. That was like 23rd out of about 28 riders. So it was not a good result. It was just better than some others. All right, now all 4 are here. Change our tactic. They're all recovered. Athil for Mark are the strongest. There's only 3 riders in the break. So we're going to protect those 2. I would love to make it 4 riders in the break and get Athil or Hawaiian out there, but we are just way too weak today. This is absurd that all 4 of them drew these massive negatives. Now, overall team morale is low as a whole in the team right now because we're just not that good. Even though we've managed 2 wins this season, it's 2 wins at continental level. I mean, we're still scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of how good or bad we are, and it's a 6.5 freaking minute gap now. Hawaiian is a terrible climber. It's got to be Athil. If I'm going to do something, it has to be Athil. Athil, see if you can break away and make it 4. If he can claim 4th place overall, no, they don't want him to get away. Really? Okay. Telford, go ahead and go back to protecting Athil. They don't want him to get away. I wonder if Hawaiian could break away. Maybe next time we're going to try Hawaiian. It's a big gap, and if the field continues to ride slow, not only can my guys survive, but somebody like Hawaiian who's actually better on the flat than on a climb, so this would be the time to break away, Hawaiian. Can you do so? Will they let you get away? They will. Okay, Hawaiian. Oh, no, they won't. Jeez, they caught Hawaiian too. He's garbage. You won't let it. It's a 3-rider break. So now we play for 4th place. Anyway, if I'm going to get that 10%, I might be able to grab about 3% during the last objective in the final days before the end of the month. However, I'm going to need it to be primarily coming from these national championships where points are pretty easy to get by. I mean, all you need is top 25 and you pick up a percent or 2. If you get a top 10, we could pick up like 5%. The US, this is our best chance. It really is, because I have 4 of my 6 best riders here. Now, the only good rider is for Mark, because the other 3 are literally the 3 weakest of that top 6. My other 2 best rated riders, Tintani, Zeta, aren't here. So it's 1 leader in Vermark and 3 better domestiques. And then, but it's not the 6 weakest riders. So, and the US, definitely not the best right now. I mean, there was some guy named Lance Armstrong and Floyd Landis. There were some greats, but right now there aren't. Right now there aren't. Right now the field is pretty weak. Now there's some really good potential in a couple of young riders in the U.S., but right now they just aren't there. There's a couple that are definitely growing. 2 climbs to go. 2 climbs to go. If we can keep the pace down, the 3 riders have already won it. That breakaway has won this thing. They are 11 minutes 48 seconds out. Can we compete for 4th place? If the pace isn't bad, I can set up Orion for a sprint. I don't want to attack on the climb. I would like to... Well, we can attack near the top of the climb. But I'd like to make it a sprint finish. And you can see it's flat. There's almost no curve to it. So it's going to come down to that sprint. The 3 riders at the front are already attacking each other over the top. We've got a little separation there, and we are now ascending, and I should be set and ready to go for an acceleration. So Hawaiian's going to follow, well, actually, hold on. What kind of sprint do we have? Vermark has the best acceleration. So Vermark, Athel, and then Telford. Telford always the domestique. I'm going to use his gel right now to prepare, and then we're going to just up that effort the moment we see something from here, which we're not seeing, and now we are. Dombrowski, McNulty, on the go. Alright, ease off, Telford, ease off. Just got to make sure we don't get dropped through this mess. We don't want to kill Orion, as he is that sprinter, but we also don't want to get dropped. Okay, come on, Telford, where is your acceleration? You are a hills guy. You have a 68 hill rating. Orion might not make it through this, which means we would turn to a Vermark. Okay, Telford, give me your 99. Just don't get us dropped here. Coming up over the top, coming up over the top. We're still in the group. Still in the group. We're at the back, but we're still in the group. Orion is losing contact. Yeah, Orion's out. Christopher Blevins has already won this thing. Telford, I want you. It's 11K. It's 11K. Just get out front. Right? Sit up. And we will lead out for Mark. Unless Orion regains contact. And he has. So, Orion, you're just going to jump right onto the back of the group. And depending on how much energy you have left at the end, we'll ride for you. But it's all back together now, except for 2 riders have gone away, haven't they? Miguel Bryan, sprinter, one of my guys from last season, took 3rd. Okay, no, they're already in. They're just not. They're still showing up on my screen, even though they're now long gone. All right, Peleton completely together, just a single rider off the back, 17 minutes behind. Jones, yeah, sucks to be you, dude. All right, so Telford ready to lead us out. It's 6K. So we're going to set these guys up with their gels. Orion is recovered. He will definitely be able to sprint. And we will attack hard towards the end here. So Telford, it's time to scoot out front and take the team with you. And this is where we could definitely get a top 10 today, is we're going to start attacking 3K out into the sprint. 4-man sprint. Should be able to make it 3. Where is Orion? Where is Orion? Orion's being dropped. I'm okay with that if he is dropped officially. 1.5K. Let's let this pull back together a little bit. Okay, Vermark, lead out Orion. Okay, come on, Orion. Shoot, 500 meters, and he's got nothing in the tank. Okay, sprint. Come on, top 10. Give me that top 10. We'll get the top 10. We will get the top 10. I'm surprised Miguel Bryan wasn't able to beat out those other guys, but that was more about the breakaway survival. Ben King takes 4th, Sepkus 5th, McNulty 6th, Vermark gets 8th. We got a top 10. Orion 10th. Alright, we did it. We got a top 10. That's going to be worth some percentage points. How much? Well, we'll find out at the end of the day. But we'll get an initial reaction here. And go back to the main stream. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. We were right down the middle at about a 75. That is just about an 80. So I think we picked up about 5 points. Yeah, that's 3/4 of the way. 5 points. And that's not fading. That was not a sponsor objective. So that should stay the same as we go forward. We only need 5 more points, folks. 5 more. That's it. So on to one of the remaining decent riders. We're on to Banaszak and the Polish National Championships. It's a small circuit race. It's a sprint finish. Banaszak could almost, do okay. We could probably get we can certainly get a top 25. We might be able to get a top 10. I'm trying to secure a top 5 by being in the break. This has been the most challenging breakaway to establish that I've ever been a part of. I've tried 7, 8 times already, and this is the longest that there has been a breakaway throughout this entire thing. It's 2 riders 20 seconds ahead, and we're not chasing hard. Seems like that one time, and you can see there's riders out the back because there has been a relentless chase throughout this entire stage. I'd like to see if I can bridge that gap at some point. I'm finally fully recovered. This is the first time I've been fully recovered from attempt after attempt, but you can see we are about to reel these guys back in, and then I'm going to try to launch probably my last attempt at getting away. Otherwise, I will then focus on, you can see somebody immediately attacks. Here comes the next attack. It's not going anywhere. They sit up. Okay, if this guy and I can go, we'll go. Alright, we've got the 2 of us away. This is the furthest and longest I've stayed away. We've got a 17-second gap. You can see the field is, again, chasing us down pretty hardcore. Will they let us begin to establish something? It doesn't feel like it. It's just 18 seconds. I think I'd rather sit up here and recover. Let this guy do the work and see if they let us stay away. No, he's going to ride away from me. I'm going to let the field pull me back. Why? Because I need energy to go for that top 25 at the end. That's more important than staying away. Field's not letting us establish a break, so I'd rather sit up, recover. 66k to go. I'm going to need water one more time. The best way to do that in a situation like this is to briefly attack, because this field is riding so hard. You really don't want to go backwards. And there you go. It's still no breakaway. There's never been an established break in this race. My recovery is slow, but it is happening. I've got an excellent flat rating and good stamina and a good race day condition. So I think that's the main reason why the field keeps thinning out further and further and further, and yet I am able to just gradually recover where others don't. And they are losing energy bit by bit by bit. $41k to go. Let's just drop back and get the water. We'll be done with it. There you go. Pace is picking up even further. Down to just 32 riders left in contention. Again, 2 riders get away. Let's see, we're blinking red in the 70s now. Pace has picked up even more to where there's not going to be recovery any further, and I think we're going to lose another 10 riders before we get to the end. It's last 27k, and there's never been a breakaway in this thing. It is coming down to the sprint at the end, and I only have to beat a few of them to get that top 25 at this point. 23k to go. I think this is the time where a breakaway could actually finally work. I think we're getting to that point where there is no more chase left in the field. I'm able to get away here. It's Ocean. Ocean's pretty decent. Can we catch up to this guy? Come on, 14k to go. If we can ride together, we can maybe go off. Let's grab us. Maybe we can go off and win this thing. The gap is opening. This is the biggest gap there's been. 34 seconds. He's not working with me, though. Come on, dude. Come on. 10k to go. 10k to go. We can win this thing. And you are not working with me. Oh, what a shame. It's out to 53 seconds. I've got to sit up 8K. I've got to sit up 54 seconds. I've got to recover a little bit here. 47 seconds, 42 seconds, 40 seconds. Back to working. Come on, dude. Work with me. Work with me. We can win this flippin' thing. 3.7K. 29 seconds. We're on to the last lap. I've only got a tiny bit of energy left. If he would just work with me, we would have a 1-2 secure. 2K to go. 2K to go, and I'm running out of energy. Somebody else is breaking away. 1.5K to go. He's now going to go for the win. The freaking douchebag is going to steal the win by not working and making me bury myself to get second place. But at least it's second place! Yes! Just ahead of the field. Just ahead of the field. If I don't commit to that, we're back in the pack with no energy to sprint at the end. I had to commit, but the jackass, if he would have just worked with me, we comfortably get away, and then we can fight it out. But I needed a top result. I didn't need the win. Grabus didn't care. I desperately needed the percentage points that come with finishing second place. More than I needed the win. And so I had to commit. But I'm super stoked with a podium finish for Alan Badajek. Oh, yeah. Come on, come on, come on. Show me. Big gains. Big gains. There it is. Huge result. Huge result. We now have a super success. Thanks to one Alan Banaszek. Just that one to go. And there it is. Double plus for Banaszek. For Mark with the plus. There's that top 25 from the other day. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. We're all the way up to 90%. That's not going anywhere, and now I can just scoot on to the last sponsor objective. We got to do a little something with that just to make sure we don't lose 5%, but for that one, all we need is a top 10. Via Quick Sim, Zeta has just won the Italian National Championship. We had already pushed into that point. I used Tintani as a teammate for Zeta. Zeta riding for the stage. It was punchy. And he's done it. Final group including Diego Rosa, Ciccone, Pozzovivo, and Vincenzo Nibali. Zeta beats them out to the finish line and is going to be wearing the Italian national champion jersey for the next year. Are you effing kidding me? Oh, we have gone from scraping that barrel to, there it is, sponsor confidence maxed out. I don't even need to worry about the last sponsor objective any longer. We are going to be able to now cruise straight to the sponsor signing period with a maximum increase coming, which is not much, okay? It's very little. We're going from 36 to 44,000, basically right back to where we were a season ago. Or maybe more. Were we at 40,000? No, I think we were about 42,000 last season. So we're going from about a 42 to a 44. We're basically recovering what we lost. But not only are we headed in the right direction, but we ended up crushing it this season. Are you kidding me? Second year with still absolute garbage team. We've pulled off our third win, which is a freaking national championship. And I did it through Quick Sim. Zeta is a beast already. By the way, since we're here, and we'll talk about this very, very briefly, where we're at, what we've done. Zeta, of course, we already noticed is a 74. But Banaszek has gone from a 70 to a 72. Tintani has gone from a 70 to a 71. His mountain rating up to a 74 now. His recovery up to a 76. So the development within the team continues. And the prospects for this next season to replace all those domestiques that are useless to us is looking pretty dang good, as well as the dossiers have been very, very favorable. But it's going to come down to the scouting side of it, which I have not looked at to see who's good, who's not. I've still got 2 more phases to go in that before August the 1st, but we're going to open next episode with that signing period. But we'll finish this episode with the sponsorship, so the day before. Final dossier period. This is important for one key reason right now. Here in a couple weeks, the day before we go into the actual signing period, I've got to sign a contract with a sponsor. Now, right now, we're with a Canadian sponsor, and I have 0 Canadian riders. The squad currently has 4 American riders and 2 Italian riders that I will be retaining. Important because, well, we could be signing someone, right, that we could actually start to match up with and get a better sponsor satisfaction more easily next season, and maybe be able to push through the season a little bit faster, especially if we're still in Continental for a season. So, taking a look at the dossiers, what do we have? Well, I've got 2 guys that are interested but not terribly interested. They might be harder to sign. Looks like we can get the Argentine and we can get the Israeli riders that are favored quite easily. They have no team, so they're probably willing to sign for a bit less. I'm also at a point where our balance is good. With the increase, I think we'll easily be able to replace the expiring contracts with, likewise cheap, easy to sign guys, and could probably even afford to spend a little more because we're going to get another influx of cash at the end of the season. So we have some flexibility. Barta is going to be one of our top targets. That's going to put us at 5 Americans. Do we go for Eisenhart? That puts us at 6. Garrison would put us at 7 Americans. Cranigan could put us up there. So we're at that point where we could have plenty of American riders. We do have 1 more Italian rider available. We would have 3. It's not a great evaluation, but it's something to think about. So American or Italian would be ideal. Now, beyond that, is there anything that's going to double us up? I don't see it. I don't see. We could go for 2 German riders, right? So, we could have 2 German riders. Puchak, the only one that I might retain from the expiring contracts. He's only a 57. He's only gone up 1 point this whole season, which is absurd for a guy who's supposed to be between 5 and 8 on his improvement level. He's supposed to be world class. Really? According to who? He's certainly not developing at world class rate. Now, of course, he was, like 51 when we signed him, so 57. He's improved by 6 points already. But 2 years to improve 6 points. 2 more years, he's still only going to be a 63 at that rate. Meaning still nothing but a domestique. So, I'm not sure I want to go there. We do have this rider available, and he's 74. According to who? He's got good flat rating, good stamina, nothing else. He really is just a Barador. And just would not be useful to us. So getting down to 6, we're now looking at a Barador at 73. Barador at 72. Sprinter at a 72. Who has developed, I think, this turn recently. But I'd like to see if we can get... We only have 1 more check coming. So at this point, I think I need to get someone who's a little higher on the interest scale already, maybe. Otherwise, what am I gaining out of these guys? Or do I want to try to push up a no-team Colombian climber 24? Depending, he could. Oh, he's 9 points. Never mind. I've got plenty of sprinters in this mix. I'd like a climber. Tentani's development, though, is very encouraging. Teo, oh, here we go. Okay, if we can get him into moderate interest. He's got no team, so I would imagine we could see a pretty big jump. It might be affordable, but we also might be doing too much here. Third German rider could open an option for us if we end up with a German sponsor. So let's go with this guy. Just as giving us 3 targets. We're looking for either an American, an Italian, or a German sponsor, hopefully, for next season. Moment of truth, last day of July. We're about to see what sponsor offers we have. Now, meter cost, the one we're with, almost certainly we're going to let them go. It's a Canadian sponsor. I have no Canadian riders. I have no prospects of Canadian riders, and they have a very, very low ceiling. Hopefully, we get either an American, an Italian, or a German offer, as that is the bulk of the team for next season, so that we can at least get some sort of bonus out of it. Let's see what we have. So meter cost, yeah, 44, nothing going. Chebeco, Spanish. Okay, Belgium. Higher ceiling, so meaning we'd see a bigger change next season. Or more money for next season with the Spanish one. Yeah. They care about Catalonia or Spain, which we don't have. Flanders, or Belgium. They really care about Flanders region. Really care. None of these are good for us. None of them. The highest ceiling, but I wouldn't really stay with them. So maybe the highest offer, 45K. At least it's got a higher ceiling. I mean, we'd be looking at better money coming the following year. So it looks like we're going to go red and black with Chebeco. Yeah, not what I was hoping for at all. We are moving even further away from our core, from our base. But this is what we're going to have to do to inch our way forward. I will look for a Spanish rider. We do have one on the current squad. Do I have to re-sign him? I certainly didn't put an effort into retention. We'll see if he wants to return, and we might have to go out and look for a Spanish rider or two just to have something to please the sponsor. But that's going to do it for this episode on Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.